Get that style check, put it in pockets till I get back.
What's up, guys? JohnOrigins here. Today got a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. We're in the Ubers tier today against Megadpal. Of course, check him out. His link will be in the description. Of course, check out Mike because he recorded this for me. And when you get a file that's 20 minutes long, you really have to appreciate someone recording the battle for you. This is a pretty long game, and it's actually really good, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Looking at the team preview, I have a Gengar, and it shouldn't be a Gengar. When I made this team on Showdown, I accidentally put 2 Megas on it because I'm really good at this game, and I know that you can't have 2 Megas on the same team. So I ended up keeping it in as just a Black Sludge free attack set. I'm hoping it'll do some work. I doubt it. Gengar isn't that powerful. I should have really put the Life Orb on it. But that's the only problem with the team. It's an alright team, I suppose. But let's get into the battle and see how we do. We're in for the long haul, people. So keep in touch and get some popcorn. I don't know. But anyway, I'm leading off with Brendan the Genesect. Choice Scarfed. I'm going to go for the U-turn. I do not want to stay in. I don't think I have Ice Beam. I might do. I'm the standard Uber set. I have the Explosion anyway. As I'm going to Juvia the Kyogre, and I'm going to go for Scald after he sets up his Rock. Stealth Rock's not a big deal. I have my Fairy Arceus. It is Fairy Arceus, and it has the Defog. It's a really cool set, my Arceus. I think it's Defog, Recover, T-Wave, and Judgment. It's really quite powerful. And T-Wave is my favourite status, so I'll be loving to get some status floating around his team, as I do get the Skull Burn turn 1. I get a lot of Skull Burns this game. It is not a game without hacks, I can tell you that, people. It's really hacksy, and it is a lot of fun. Hacks really changes the dimensions of the game quite a bit during the battle, so it's really quite enjoyable. As I do switch out, go into my Genesect expecting the Toxic. He ends up going for the Wish, and then he protects to get the Wish back. I thought that, I was like, what's the point, man? U-turn ain't going to do too much. And as you'll see on the next turn, the U-turn does so much damage. I did get the attack boost, so it is pretty powerful. But, oh well. I have to go into Titania to get rid of the rocks. I hate Stealth Rocks on the field. I don't think my team has too many things that are weak to it. I just don't like them. So getting a defog off is quite important. I could have gone into Mewtwo here to kill him off with the Drain Punch, but I decided that getting the defog off now was a really good opportunity, and I didn't want to miss it. Even though the chance he does get HP back, it's not a problem, because I do have the Genesect. As you can see, the U-turn was doing a good 45-50%, and I also have the Mega Mewtwo X. Oh yeah, Mega Mewtwo X with the Drain Punch, and that destroys Chansey. As I do bring in my Mega Mewtwo, I'm going to Predicted Protect, I think, as I see it as a perfect time to get the Mega Evolution up. Megadpal also has Mewtwo, so I'm going to have to be careful about that running around, but I am going to get the Mega Evolution off. I am going to make the obvious play, go for the Drain Punch. I'm not going to set up too early. I am a bulk up set, Drain Punch, Zen Headbutt, and Ice Punch, but I don't want to set up turn, like, what is it, 10 turns in, something like that. I make the safe play, go for the Drain Punch. He does bring in the Giratina, and I don't want to get Will-O-Wisp, so I'm going to bring in my Kyogre. It is physically defensive, a Rest, Sleep, Talk set, so any sort of status does not bother me whatsoever. And I can go for the Skull, try and get some burns on the go, and force him to make some switches, and maybe his chance he has a Aromatherapy, I'm not sure. I think it was Toxic, Wish, Protect, and Seismitoss actually, so he won't have Aromatherapy. So any status I get on some of his mons will be here to stay. As he Dragon Tails me out into Arceus, which is just fantastic, because I can go for the Judgment, do some mad damage, I can recover, I can spread some T-Waves around, and I can go from there. His Giratina is not particularly a problem. I actually have a lot to deal with Giratina. I have this the Judgment coming from my Arceus Fairy. I have Ice Punch from Mewtwo X, and at +1 will do a lot of damage. I also have Gengar with Shadow Ball. It's stab, but super effective. It'll do a lot of damage, so it's not really a huge problem, Giratina. It's just I have to get rid of his fast mons, so I really like applying offensive pressure to my team. Megadpal is on the defensive at the moment, so I'm kind of looking in the better situation. As I predict the Protect, I'm going to go for the Bulk Up here. And here I'm actually going to go for the Drain Punch. The Giratina switch I thought was way too obvious. I know Mega Deepal is a good player, so I thought maybe he'd predict the Ice Punch, stay in, go for some sort of statusing move to cripple my Mewtwo and stop its sweeping capability, but he doesn't make the safer play. He goes into his Giratina, and I'm thinking, he isn't going to Will-O-Wisp me, he isn't going to do it, he's going to try and Dragon Tail me out, so I'm going to go for the Ice Punch, and look at how much that does! That does a solid 80%, 85%, and he does end up Dragon Tailing me out, which is kind of lucky, but I get switched into my Kyogre, and you'll see what the leftovers, his leftovers go first, and I was thinking, oh shit, if he outspeeds me and gets off a rest, that is disastrous, because I really don't want this thing alive. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it, it's just I'd prefer it dead, basically. But apparently we might be speed tying or something. I do live, well not live, I do outspeed him, and I can go for the Scald. It's rain boosted, it's going to take out the Giratina, and that's one down. Finally, oh god, that the Chansey Giratina was really messing with me, but he brings in the Palkia here, and he's going to go for the Thunder, and from past experience, I know that I can live a Thunder from a Choice Scarf or Expert Battle Assault Vest Palkia, so I'm going to go for the rest. I do live just, and I'm able to get up the rest, and Kyogre is going to be the bane of his existence later, so getting up the rest there was really quite useful. But here I make some questionable plays. I go into my Rayquaza, I'm like, I resist the hit, I have Airlock, he'll probably miss. He doesn't miss. That did a lot, and I'm forced to switch out into my Arceus. It is my specially defensive wall. Can't take the hit, he does get the crit, which doesn't matter because I was poisoned anyway, so he would have got enough damage on me to the point where Thunder would have been a 2-hit KO. And I lose my Arceus. It's like, oh, that's a shame. But I do get a free switch into another Pokemon, which is a lot better. I go into my Genesect here, and I'm Scarfed, and I didn't think he was Scarfed. Like, I had a suspicion when he kept going for Thunder over and over again, but I wasn't particularly too sure. And at the time of this battle, I had no idea that Palkia was faster than Genesect naturally. Holy crap, that almost screwed me later on, you'll see later. As he brings in his Groudon, I do go for the U-turn. Because I got the attack boost, it did do a sizable chunk, and I can U-turn into my Kyogre, get up the rain, and then go for a Sleep Talk, hopefully get a Scald, maybe get a Scald Burn on something, and begin from there again. As I do go for it, like I said, Rest, Sleep Talk, Scald, and Roar is my set. It's a pretty decent set. I saw Fozon, was it Fozon? Do it? Like a video on it, and I really liked the set, and that's where I got it from. As I'm gonna go into my Rayquaza expecting the Wish, but he ends up going straight for the Seismic Toss, which isn't too bad. I can just go for a Dragon Claw or Outrage, I forget which one I carry, and try and knock him out or try to do some man damage. I am the Dragon Dance set, and I do a lot of damage to that Groudon. I would have gone for the Dragon Dance if he didn't go for Seismic Toss, but it's just unfortunate. I'm going to go for the Outrage again. I do get the 2-turn Outrage. I am confused, but I think I do have the Lumberry, so I'm able to heal up from that. As he goes for his Rocks, he gets them back up. Knowing that my Defogger has fainted, my Arceus got taken down. So he'll have Stealth Rocks to stay. Here I go for the Overheat. I'm like, Star Points, and I miss, which is shit. And then he goes for the Fire Punch. I live because Airlock, and then he burns me. Oh, what terrible play that was. I played my Rayquaza so badly this game. It is unbelievable. And I lose it because of just idiocy. Of course, it could have been avoided if the Overheat missed, but all fair enough and war. Oh my god, but I bring Gengar, go for the kill. I go for the Sludge Bomb, forgetting that it's resisted, and if that lived, oh my god, I would have been so frustrated. But it does take it out. I'm quite happy for that. As he brings in his Mewtwo, I'm like, I don't know Mewtwo's base speed. I don't have anything to take a Psy Strike. I'm just gonna sack Gengar right now. As at this point, I did some checking. I was like, okay, what's Mega Mewtwo Y? It turns out he's Mega Mewtwo Y. What's his base speed? 140, not bad. Okay, I'm assuming Mega Mewtwo X is the same. I look it up, 130. I'm like, oh my god, I can't risk speed ties. No! But I do have a Genesect, so Mewtwo is not a problem. I can just do what Genesect does best. I can go for the U-turn, get all the switch advantage in the world, do so much damage to that Chansey, give myself a free switch into Mewtwo X, and hopefully destroy some lives. As I'm not going to play around, I'm not going to go for the bulk up, I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch, because I want my HP back. I was looking just above half, and I wanted to get around full, and Chansey would have provided the HP that I needed after a Drain Punch to get to full HP. As he brings back in his Mewtwo Y, I can't stay and I don't want to take a hit, so I'm going to bring in my Kyogre. Knowing that he most likely has the Psy Strike, I am physically defensive, so I'm hoping to take this hit relatively well, and I do. And as you can see, the battle's been sped up quite a bit, and this is for good reason, because the next like 10, 15, maybe even 20 turns is Kyogre walling his entire team. As you can see, I'm waking up at the perfect moment, and I'm getting all the good sleep talk things from it. I think I get Scald here, and I get the burn. Literally every Scald I go for burns. It is unbelievable the amount of hacks in this game. As he's trying to work around Palkia and Mewtwo, trying to get this Kyogre to die, and it isn't going to happen. It's so bulky, it's unbelievable, and the rain's gone now, so there is a very good chance that he's going to be missing Thunders, which is fantastic. As he misses one there, I believe I don't think I get anything good here, apart from the Scald. Don't burn, whatever. He misses another Thunder. Oh, it's brilliant. This is why Kyogre is just so good as like a bulky Pokemon. And it looks pretty awesome as well. I'm really happy with the 3D models in Ubers. Groudon is by far my favorite. It looks so cool. The red that it has is incredible, and the color correction that Mike gave me, the red is really good, and I really like the look of Groudon in this game. Also, Rayquaza I don't mind. Palkia's head, hate it. I don't know what they've done with it, but it's changed. I don't know why. As he brings in the Arceus. Arceus is last. I think that's Arceus normal, and he goes for the extreme speed. Doesn't quite kill, but I don't wake up. I know that I won't, but I do get the raw. And finally, I'm going to lose my Kyogre to the Spatial Ren from the Palkia. After so many turns of walling him, getting loads of good damage on his team, finally takes me out. As now I bring in my Genesect, and this is where I realise that Palkia is faster than Genesect. It's like, what? And this is where I also realise that Steel isn't neutral against Palkia. When it does literally nothing. I think I got the attack boost. I might have got a special attack because I did get a crit there. But I lose my Genesect because I'm a numbnut. I could have gone for the U-turn, got some sizable damage, and gone to my Mewtwo and gone for like the Drain Punch. As he goes for the Spatial Ren here, he misses, which is somewhat crucial to the end result. Like I said, there was a lot of hacks this game, and not all of it mattered to the degree that Spatial Ren would have mattered. As his last is Arceus normal, I can go for the Drain Punch. It's stab, it's super effective. I'm hoping to take him out. As he goes for the E-Speed, it does just over half. As I do go for a Drain Punch, and he lives with a Sliver, but he is Life Orb, and he cannot take me out with any one hit, and I'm basically at full HP. So that's going to be the game. He's going to die to his own Life Orb recoil. It's going to be a very narrow 1-0 in my favour. It was a pretty awesome game. I really enjoyed it. I think Megadpal did as well. It was a bit hacksy. I don't play Ubers that often, so I was a bit sketchy. I made some very odd plays, and I didn't play my Rayquaza very well. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out all the links in the description and whatnot. I've been JohnOrigins, and I'm out. So peace.